Smoke onto red. They take a pause. Very common setup for big. The triple B lean and then 2 on A itself. HSG see nothing in middle, so they will slowly posture to this side of the map where the stack, well, where 3 players lie in wait.
Yeah, it's also cool because Jenny's got this flash, right? So you can take contact or you can let Jenny set up a flash. I think that's what she's lining up, but Leo has dealt with Giuliano. Kiosa full blind, doesn't matter, but Leo's hit another banger.
Yeah, good goal from Kiosa from a very difficult position, but good entries into the site. The flashbang helps out a lot, and Jenny never got to really get hers involved. And now aggression from Xiaowu and Hazel. The swing out towards long is perfect. Zana, she's going to scramble. HSG draw first blood.
Yeah, and to be honest, like, awesome entries from Leo, but it's Xiaowu appearing in the feed that gets me excited because when you take a look on HLTV, highest rated player for HSG, it's actually not Olga, it's Xiaowu.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? Because you look at this team and you feel like the conversation is dominated by Olga and GFI, and that's based on past results. But I feel like Xiaowu, every time it comes to LAN, actually is a very solid performer, and it's been great to see her here putting up some serious numbers.
Yeah, that was really simple from HSG as well when it comes to that pistol. It completely disrupts the setup because they go on a timing that Big EQUIPA just aren't ready for. Giuliano's now the player with the flashbang, not Jenny R, and that is the only source of investment Big EQUIPA have got.
Now, if you've been watching all night, this is the setup I was talking about earlier with the pistols pulling out through red room off the back of the flash, and it's successful for 1. Olga, oh dear, she gets overwhelmed. Paulie on the board with a double. Should be able to contain this, but that's some nice little damage. She would have loved that 3rd kill, but hey, you'll take 2.
Yeah, and I'll take 2 for Paulie as well. Absolutely. We know what she can do. Through that online stage, she's been tearing things up. Sure, wasn't the best state of affairs yesterday, but it's her debut on LAN.
That's the thing, young player, just 18, first time on the big stage and going up against some of the biggest names. And now she's had that day out of the way. Comes into this one, reset, was able to watch all the games played earlier, prepare for this opponent. Now I'm expecting big things from Paulie here. Now she's broken the seal on the LAN experience.
Oh, Jenny, under pressure, being pushed not only from elbow, but led. Xiaowu not ready. Jenny can only find 1 kill before being traded. There's no one helping her.
It reminds me of Poppins, right? Very similar. Paulie! Oh, how did she almost get 2? Good damage on the Hazel, and that'll set her team up. She was right out in the open though, so that could have gone a lot worse for her. It's given a chance for her teammates to pull off this retake.
Look at Giuliano and Donut. Big fight here between her and Olga. Flashbang forward. Now you know that there's a player locked in at Donut. If you're Giuliano, she waits patiently for her teammates to get in position. Has a chance, but not securing the kill. Caught with nades out.
Her timing unfortunate. I feel like she'd really played that well. Hazel sings from Big Box, and Zana, much like the pistol, is left to pick up the pieces. Good first kill, but time running out, health dropping. And Olga with a double 3-0 start for HSG.
Yeah, I like this from HSG. It's very direct. It feels like the calls are almost out of spawn. They've got a clear idea of what they want to achieve in the round, and they're going about it perfectly. Even with Olga receiving that flashbang in from Donut, GFI steps in to try and be that bait and switch. This was even losing the opening kill.
It's fast trading, and the fact that no one's there to trade Jenny either, right? So Olga comes over the top, gets her that kill, and there's no one there to deal with Olga. No one in cave, no one kind of donut or red. Jenny are on an island. And it's all only one.
It's interesting speaking about Jenny R. I feel like me and you have had this conversation multiple times over the last couple of weeks, but there is that pop-off potential there for her. There's Zana finding an opening kill. Will actually upgrade her pistol. Kiosa's found a deagle. Hang on, this one's even.
Yeah.
Difficulty is recovering these rifles.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it's Kiosa with the deagle. And Kiosa has proven that LAN means nothing to her. Just as sharp as she is online, flashbang good, but Xiaowu gets away. Counter utility. All the CTs arrive. Kiosa looking for this head, not able to find it. That should be all the damage contained. And yeah, just to add on to the Jenny R point, I kind of put her in a similar conversation with you see this conversation talked about in the open circuit a lot around players like Rain, around Hunter. I think Jenny is definitely a big game player.
Yeah, I think so. When stakes are up, and then we've kind of always had this conversation about Big EQUIPA when it's been 4th time's the charm, where it's been nearly so close and then not quite. You take a look, it is always Jenny performing, and then you need someone else stepping up. Here we've got Paulie and Kiosa, the youngsters, performing. Great run boost. Jenny doesn't care about elbow. In fact, she's just going through all the utility. This is aggressive, but Olga's up B.
Yeah, she's just walked up towards the lurk smoke. Now, the thing is, the lurk smoke is down, so for Big, you know, they know someone's probably here in another smoke.
Wild.
Okay, this is 4 players dealing with Olga, but they do deal with her. The caveat is, that means A was open. Paulie had to move off to cover off mid. HSG gets some space. Bomb not quite planted yet. Paulie can still be a nuisance, particularly deep on this angle. Wins out the fight on Hazel. Keeps that advantage in favor of Big.
Yeah, and even though GFI gets that kill at mid, you still bought enough time for these rotates to come over. Confirmed info, Giuliano creeping around the boxes. Kiosa finds the opener, nearly frees up Giuliano, but not quite. A 3-on-2 advantage still with Big and a smoke on the bomb.
Yeah, you got a million smokes that you can throw out here. You know where one player is, just need to locate Leo. She's found lying in wait, but just the dig, 1 HP, she's still alive, they're still living. Sana with a USP should be easy enough, you think. They're so low. And she's committing to it. She's committing to it. And GFI with a wild spray keeps the streak alive.
You can see the replay on this, but I think that might have been a team flash in towards Temple from Big EQUIPA on that retake. Leo is having an enormous amount of impact. And yet again, this has not been sort of par for the course. We're speaking about these players. It's a new addition, actually, from HSG that's getting them over the line a lot in these situations. You think Paulie staying alive is enough, but no, it's not to be. And there's the experience, the leader of GFI, keeping the slate clean.
And it's fast. It's pacey. It's a 1-for-1. A full investment from Big into this round. Wasn't sure they would buy into it because it means a lack of util. 1-for-1. And a retake difficult, but Giuliano is still present, still involved. Spamming through 2 players in cave. Make it 3 really with Jenny in Jaguar. You've got Paulie deep towards Speedway. How do you approach this?
It's got to come off the Paulie contact, really. And
No kit.
Maybe you save another flashbang. Just so much utility constantly being applied in all zones. Giuliano, yeah, just fires off a few warding shots, but they're out of there. It needs to be a save.
A bit of pace, send Olga in, and yeah, maybe she doesn't get the kill, but it doesn't matter. It's enough. The trade is good. Big are so committed into the fight in towards cave. I think they wanted to maybe take control in towards lane, but because the pace up ramp was so fast, they never were given that opportunity.
Yeah, but hold your horses, and I guess Heku hold Daisy for a sec, Dallas, because look, we've already seen these massive scoreline advantages fall in favor earlier today, and it's not always been part of the course. It's not always been the result and outcome. I like this pause because it comes off the back of a save as well. Something's got to give here for Big EQUIPA. Something needs to change. And it should be more priority over towards middle rather than just a lot of control towards ledge.
Let's see what the answers are. Very strong start on this T side, but I guess also it is worth noting my expectations just across all these maps is that HSG do the lion's share of their work on that T side.
Yeah, of course. And that's because, look, language barrier isn't so much of an issue when you can practice things going over and over again. It's a lot more choreographed. I think we had this conversation with Fluxo and Na'Vi about the fact that CT, you're making a lot of decisions in real time, and that's where comms can get clustered.
Not to mention if it's play style the individuals. I mean, Olga just wants to go fight. She's been left on a lonesome towards B lane. Again, Paulie is going to have to step up on the defense at A. Sana will rotate to support, and she might arrive at a good time. Smoke is going to land CT, so in fact, 3 players will be close by, but it's Paulie to take first contact from the boost. And Leo offers herself up as a sacrifice at the altar. Paulie, who's found a double. She might not be done yet. Eventually flushed out by GFI. She's done her work keeping them at bay. There's still 2 players to deal with. Nice HE onto Zana, but Jenny's just jiggling this close angle if they do swing. She can take that contact. The CTs are here in force.
Wow.
They do get Zana eventually.
That feels like a mistake from Big. I'm not sure why Zana's jiggling that. I always thought that Jenny was going to be on the SMG taking that primary contact. However, I guess with a lack of info in towards mid, you start to worry about whether HSG have completely left, and that's what they start to do. Kiosa walks red room, which frees up Giuliano to go B, but HSG are going to contact walk straight back into Donut.
Yeah, Jenny needs to make a decision how she wants to approach this, because at the moment she's just jiggling between 2 angles. I think you have to make the call to walk into A main, probably. She's about to get caught. Most likely, no. There's the decision. And it couldn't have come at a better time. Swings out information. Bomb being planted. Can't deny. But damage done. And furthermore, Kiosa, Olga, denies her getting another. So it's all onto Giuliano. She does have a kid, and she's found the first kill. A 1v1. Big have been in a few clutch moments so far. A tap, a stick, and a bullet through the dome.
Ridiculous. How many of these afterplants are HSG going to keep on converting? And how many times are they going to be able to isolate Big EQUIPA? That one's an overextension from Zana, though, for me. It really felt like Big EQUIPA had a great setup. It's yet again poorly providing the opening kills. Coming back into this stat line from Newt. She's performing above and beyond on her opening successes. It's just the close for Big EQUIPA because the opening's always been brilliant.
Giuliano, oh! At least Paulie's there to get the kill, and I don't think she's done. Kiosa wanted to get involved as well. Everyone wants to fight. There's even a team kill in the mix. Paulie walks through a smoke, but Olga is thorough. And this decision to fight fire with fire burns Big.
It's just desperate. That round is completely desperate out of Big EQUIPA. Giuliano's full blind taking that fight. Sure, you've got Paulie behind you, but then Paulie's decision to push through the smoke at the same time. Big EQUIPA, they're not satisfied with the trades. They want more. And it really feels like an overextension. It really feels like the pressure is getting to them. And Jenny can't even find Hazel.
Patience from HSG at the end just to make sure they don't give Jenny any chance to pull off anything in that round. Yeah, that one just felt really desperate. They just wanted to fight, wanted to try and take it to them. They fall short.
I think what's been interesting as well is all this LAN final for Big EQUIPA, it feels like they've been investing way too much. Not only just in this series, but against Imperial, against FlyQuest Red. It's these constant sort of SMG buys weaving into like 1k in the bank balance. It seems off, because they didn't play like this online.
Well, what can you say about that? Oh, okay, that's what you can say. An answer in kind from Kiosa.
Something that the desk was mentioning is the Big EQUIPA, when they lose space, they go on the other extremity. Vilga wasn't sure if a HSG would be aware, but Leo was holding. And now this creates an avenue towards A.
Picked up the rifle. Yeah, you think they're just going to walk straight in. Jenny not seeing anything in red, but the rotations will all arrive. But again, there's no armor here. There's this recovered rifle and a few deagles. And you've got GFI in the back lines. So she can look to just flank through and clean up. And there she is, backstab. This one will lock in 9-0.
Yeah.
By the way, this is insane.
Yeah, okay, maybe the desk was right. This is why I yap over the games rather than speak before them. But look, let's be honest, no one expected this.
Yeah, I mean, we questioned Ancient, but you know, I gotta apologize, HSG. I wasn't familiar with your Ancient game.
I think what's just been impressive is the fact that it has just been very out of spawn. Big EQUIPA have been really struggling to adjust. They've been trying to go for these mid rounds where they've been pushing mid. This time they're going to get get down towards B doors, but it's A that really is the vulnerability. I think as well, this is the first round we've actually seen Zana on the AWP. Round 10.
It's taken a minute. And you know, she's often going to go uncontested because HSG not frequently bringing out the AWP. An attempt at taking space, and it finds success, but only for a moment. Xiao Wu removes Kiosa. Giuliano still lies in the site, playing fine default. Paulie takes first contact, and that's a perfect little bait setup. 3v2, they need to convert this.
Yeah, they do, just for their confidence more than anything. But it's always been sort of this mid-round retreat and relocate. It feels like Zana will be ahead of this, already holding Donut. There goes Olga. And GFI potentially soon to follow. Fantastic flash will put her on the site, and it will be a bomb plant.
But you're not expecting too much from this, surely. A double layering in CT, a flank. Coming through Donut, GFI's days numbered. Giuliano will confirm, and Big will break that silence. Finally get their first round.
Yeah, they will grab it right towards the tail end. But you feel like they need all the rest of them, and the pistol, and even more. The list goes on and on and on.
Hey, I mean, we saw a pretty crazy comeback, like literally an hour ago, so I don't count anything out anymore.
It's got to be said, what's the most impressive about this is that HSG, look, they're 9-1 up. Olga's not the player that's being really required to step up and kind of take the spotlight. Instead, it's being shared by everyone on the team. Yeah,
I mean, it's GFI and Xiao Wu, right? They're doing a lot. And GFI, who has stepped into this role as AWPer on the map. Well, not on the map, just generally, which is a bizarre move in my books, but let's see what she can do. Probably not much now because she's just been smoked off.
Look at Paulie. She's pushed right by the square thing. And she's so close to Leo. It might not matter though.
No, I think she's going to catch it. No,
she's not.
Leo won that. The timing. And with Giuliano falling as well, biggest split on where this is going to go.
If you're HSG, you just go B, surely.
And if you're big, I feel you just stack. All these two philosophies men together. I don't think Zana budges.
That's a missed smoke, actually. But it's going to make Zana feel the pressure and maybe call Jenny over.
Yeah, because it's actually, I think, blocked the ability for her to see someone walk up.
That's amazing, but in all the wrong ways.
Maybe it was intentional to block the donut kind of vision. And it doesn't matter. Into B they go, and no way to deny that bomb. The spam, it could have connected because Hazel planted in a very off-kilter position. You feel desperate for the rounds at this stage. A bit of money as well to spare. So you'll have a buy into the next, no doubt. So give this a look in. Zana's got the util to set it up. It's going to be required. Smoke, Molly, and a flash. Kiosa needing to find the kill. Good swing from Leo. Doesn't end with Kiosa's death. And Jenny almost spams on out. In fact, pushes her into the flames. Jenny tries to move forward. Can't convert the kill. Xiao's double. That's a nice shot from Zana. But a nice shot is all she'll go out with. Even a no-scope, she takes them all down. But it's meaningless because the round is HSG.
Yeah, she dies at the very end as well. Doesn't even get to hold on to that AWP. And sure, whilst it looked great to start with for Big EQUIPA, ultimately, time was their biggest enemy. Because by the time they got those dinks, by the time they got those entry kills, there was only like 15 seconds left to get on the site in the first place. Sure, it's a highlight reel moment. But it's, in all honesty, a disaster class for the first half for Big.
Any way you can look at it, really. Olga fast in middle. I mean, this is their map pick. They're certainly showing why they've chosen to go into this map. Paulie is doing her best. The players behind her, she actually seems aware of it. I think she might have heard it. G5 just walking through the flames, running through the flames, straight into Paulie. And it's another moment from an individual. And you're thinking at least a second. At least a second. We asked Paulie to step up and It feels like she's the only one that has. Olga won't be clutching this out. Not today. Not here. Not now.
Shook up the planet, but didn't hurt me. And that was the first day. Since we began, we blended fire and metal. And now we standing again up on a whole nother level. And I know we ain't supposed to work, that's why the world is trying to stop us. When they see the devil with an angel, it's a problem. But I don't reply, won't like, share, subscribe. Tell them read the Bible and don't worry about us now. Us against the wave and we won't break down. Staring in the fate, what I won't pay out. Nothing can explain why we work so well. But that's okay, cause we know how. Hurricane, hurricane. We blow everything beautiful down. When the tsunami rains. Operating like the fire won't drown. Could be all wrong, but it's alright. Safe for your eyes, I ain't never gonna die. They can all feel, but it's alright. Just let the storm ride.
I pulled back the curtain in my hotel room this morning. The sun was shining through. I smiled and I thought to myself, Paulie will play better today. But I didn't expect it to be at the cost of all of Big EQUIPA falling asleep at the wheel. 10 rounds for HSG on their map pick. And they are looking strong and poised, potentially, to go through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, it's been transference of energy, but they didn't leave enough for the rest of the team. Big are going to run it straight into B. Same sort of setup on defense. There are 3 defenders. Zhao Wu with the dual Berettas going in fast, but Jenny R in the back lines gets 2, but Leo with the same. And it's 2v2. A deep smoke. Kiosa getting some presence. And they both have to come through. Bomb planted.
No flash. And instead, they're just going to try and barrel through. Hazel hits the headshot. But who steps in? It's Giuliano. A quick rebuttal, going toe-to-toe with Olga. That was nearly the collection. Time running out. Ring around the roses. It's so close between these two. A reload gets shoved back in the USP. It's all silent, and then a stick, a fake out from Olga. But you can't underestimate the power of Giuliano.
There she is. It's a crazy clutch. A 1v2 to kick off this pistol round, and she needed to deliver this for the team. A pistol, the bare minimum, or we were going straight into Anubis in a matter of rounds.
It gets close. Tell you what,
It gets real close.
Sick entries as well from Big EQUIPA. They run through cave, they blindside the players looking at B ramp, and yet it's still a one-on-one. Whew.
Surprised HSG don't invest, to be honest. Comes down to a one-on-one. You got so many rounds to work with, and your next round buy is kind of crap anyway. Like, this is why I often like forcing on the CT side, especially when you got such a strong lead, because you'll have a better buy into the 4th round.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's one of those where you think we're up so many rounds. Let's just eco.
Yeah.
We'll just, it's okay.
But imagine if you just broke big like that.
But you can't get complacent.
Can't get complacent. We've learned that lesson today.
Orp money going in the piggy bank Kazana. However, she has been dinked, so now needs to be a little bit more careful. But gets a confirmation. That's an eco, and that was a stack.
Yeah, Bigger playing very much to the future as well. So they're lucky there wasn't a force back from HSG. We're talking 4 rifles into this round. 3 of them Galils. So very much the long term, the goal. And with such a deficit, can't blame them for that decision. Sana can go and see if she can find any exits. It's not going to matter too much. She'd love to find one more. No. Leo's been great, actually.
Yeah, we've been really impressed. Good to see her shine and sort of take the stage a little bit. It's interesting because that's what's speaking about HSG making their changes sort of all the time. Big EQUIPA, they're the only team that has made a roster change every single season.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It does feel like it's been evolving to the better as much as I love the first iteration of this roster.
Yeah.
I mean, you were never going to get a better player than Giuliano in the team. And I think that Kiyosa, and we've spoken a lot in depth about kind of the level that she brings and just her performance and how that's translated well into the stage. But I think what's really cool about Kiyosa in particular is the story of how she ended up in this team, because when Giuliano came back with Zaz, obviously, they met with Krasi, kind of that core that had always played together, and they wanted to scout out some new players, and Kiyosa was this unknown player. Had never been in the ESL Impact circuit, never played in any of the seasons, and they found her, watched some demos, did some runs with her, and immediately Giuliano saw that potential, and she's not let it go of her since.
I think it's really good as well that she believes in her so much that she's even like brought her over as like a package deal to Big EQUIPA. That's the true testament. And to be honest, we are seeing it. Kiyosa, it feels like she's been sort of unbeknownst to the pressure. She's been completely fine. She hit the ground running day 1, is still here day 2. There's chances. I think for Big EQUIPA, it's really good to see them back on LAN. But as the Dust was sort of saying, this is 100% one for the future. And making a semi-final run here as your debut in this season would be absolutely incredible. But it's going to be really tough.
Yeah, I was always disappointed about, you know, obviously G2 leaving the scene, and because that team was so close, like, to greatness. I think one more season and they'd be the ones here instead of Big. Obviously, I think, you know, the end result has benefited. I think both, well, particularly Big, right? That's how they've ended up here. And it's cool to get both Zaz and Giuliano on LAN, even if they're not together. So the stories that have come from it have been good, but I would have loved to have seen that team, as it was envisioned a year ago, make it onto the LAN stage.
Yeah, because then you, again, have bundles of experience, right? It's a very interesting prospect to think about, but you're right. Big have profited massively off the back of it. Their first time on LAN since 2022. GFI telling me to shush and start game. I'm trying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Big also, I mean, you talk about, you know, getting Giuliano and Kiyosa, but Paulie as well. You know, they've taken like the best pieces from other teams when they've made changes, and it feels like they've really come out ahead.
There you go. Is that better, GFI? Round 15,
So
10-4.
Joey's using the Mac 10, right? Because Zana dropped it, and I almost feel like that's kind of a double-edged sword, right? You've gotten a free weapon, but it's a Mac 10.
Hooray. The utility's actually pretty light. Like, GFI has prioritized weaponry over utility.
Well, that's why I was talking about that fourth round in the second round, right? Because it means when you go into the fourth round, your actual buy round, you do have everything because of the loss bonus.
Yeah.
However, they do the initial damage on Zana, who got a bit aggressive up ramp. Trying to play around that lurk smoke, and that's caused an extra piece of utility to be dispensed by HSG on B, so feeling a little pressured by it.
Yeah, this is an interesting approach because, look, you know they ecoed because you were just farming, hunting them down with USPs. I'm surprised we haven't seen just an execute and a commitment. Because you know the utility's going to be light. There's going to be compromises here in the buy.
Yeah, I think they are going to finish B. They've put in a lot of presence and sort of fleshed out cave. And it's had the effect of bringing over a third defender, which is, you know, maybe against what they actually anticipated. Xiaowu walks through the red smoke, doesn't see a thing. That's information. They're coming. Leo tries to get ahead of it. So does Olga. And both are felled. But GFI still stands, but only for 2. Jenny opens up B. Xiaowu arrives. Hazel on the way. Zana is low. There is a chance.
Yeah, but there's no util, so they've got to go right now. Round the corner, already spotted out at long. That's the danger. Swinging together. Jenny takes the contact. There's already a wrap in play, but Xiaowu, I was going to say, could do something, but no, it's Zana on the backstab, and it's Big Keeper with another.
Yeah, and there's that wrap coming round, and also, you know, that player that was alive in Cave, yeah, you lose the one on default. She jiggles from Cave to reveal herself, and actually gives Zana that extra couple of seconds, right? It's that distraction to allow Zana the time. Really well played as a team. And yeah, it felt a little telegraphed that this was the play, but when it's executed so well, HG tried to get ahead of it, doesn't work. Only 5 rounds now. HG call their first tactical, and they didn't need to until now because they were 10-1 up.
It's even as simple as the fact that when you're entry pathing up B ramp, notice how one of them was still playing anti-flash from Bigger Keeper. So they were anticipating some sort of aggression anyway, but they were able to trade out perfectly. Didn't even need the trade, to be honest. It was just a sacrifice of HP. First time out now being called in. Money still a little bit skew with, so it has to be these pistols. And another opportunity, another step in the right direction. The last thing you want to do for Bigger Keeper is give them confidence.
No, not these players. Getting aggressive with the pistols. They're not seeing anyone elbow, but I think Big, having heard this, they're just going to move faster into A. You got Kiyosa holding if there's aggression. Xiaowu is going to push through spawn and will be guaranteed to kill. There's no way, if Kiyosa goes back, that she's going to be anticipating the angle. Nice from Giuliano. That's a really clean kill. We will see 6, most like. You don't really want to give them the AKs. I'll tell you what, you do not want Olga with an AK.
No, you don't. Run away, Kiyosa. However, Olga's now being allowed, everyone's swinging. There is that AK for it. If you're Bigger Keeper, you don't hunt this. There's no need. Build up your money. Invest it for the future. Interest and stock now growing on Bigger Keeper as they build their way into this T half. And it does go into what we were saying, right? CT half are a lot more difficult for HSG.
Yeah, and, you know, we were in that 10-1 position. So the last round of the half, it's a poorly 4K. We think, okay, the individual showing up. This T side starts with a Giuliano 1v2.
Yeah.
Next second, 10-6 is the scoreline.
Suddenly, it's those Jenny R entries. Everyone from Bigger Keeper is now starting to rise to the occasion. Piece by piece, step by step, most importantly, round by round.
Feels like this is the ESL Impact of comebacks. Every match has felt like it's had one.
A lot of damage on Kiyosa, but it's poorly out mid. Olga surely has heard so much with the utility, but this is an acceleration now from Big. They got all of mid, but what can they do with it?
You got all of mid, and HSG, they're around.
Whoa.
Oh, Polly drops off. and still is able to find that kill.
Tell you what, this certainly isn't a poorly drop-off, but it will be Olga with the immediate trade on Kiosa. Hazel needs to stand the test of time.
What?
It looked like they were going to line up, but Jenny says no. A swift clothesline, and A belongs to EQUIPA.
Yeah, lined up and bowled over from Jenny.
Oh.
Tier 5 stepping in. Leo with support. Leo supporting with 2. And all that hard work, it falls now onto Paulie. And she's got no way to cover this off. Oh, Paulie! What a shot. A good start to this clutch. A tap for the ages. Now, I think the bomb might have landed awkwardly on the boost up. Paulie's going investigating. These two players lined up. Oh my God, you could see it. GFI so low. An NT from Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie could feel it. Really close, but it's all on Leo. Huge impact arriving in the server. She started off this game really strong and now puts HSG in a position to close it. Huge double up. And that was even with the Jenny R destruction in Donut. That was even with the opening kill from Paulie in Red Room.
Just no smoke on CT. Allows GFI to get one. And then Kami sitting back. Oh, sorry, Leo sitting back. Kill after kill. Paulie gives the best down shot. 20 HP is what GFI was left with.
Oh, come on, Olga.
Look at this. Anticipating that re-swing. Oh my God.
HSG play that really well, by the way. They don't actually fall victim to losing to that Paulie clutch. They are together, they do swing. And they go and we just wait CT. Even if that bomb could be planted, they were always going to play retake. So, good discipline. Zana backs out, anticipates an aggression with all the util being invested by HSG. And she's right.
Yeah, huge amount of utility. They are going to pincer and take control. A re-smoke. You're locked out of B. That was where Big were posturing too early with all these players.
Oh, that was an important fight, but it's Olga getting the best of Jenny. And now this is one-dimensional from Big. They need flashbangs. Looks like they're going to go Mollies instead. Swing. Huge round needed, and the crossfire holds for at least 2 kills. Zana will trade and find the follow-up on Olga.
Okay, another moment. Another heroic. It's Zana. That flashbang actually gonna cause them to pause for a moment. Deep smokes. Dropped in tandem, so doubling up on it. Hazel wants to push through, and she manages to get past Giuliano. Meanwhile, Zhao Wu prowls slowly through Jaguar. Zana with another, and it leaves it on to Zhao Wu. Coming through Cave, you anticipate this position's been open the whole time. Giuliano gonna be in the neighborhood. Now it all comes down to Zana. It's all been Zana, but she can't get the final kill. Zhao Wu gives them a taste of the clutch and gets map point.
Again, that's the pressure for Big EQUIPA. The solo swing out long. No one's considering the flank. No one's considering the cave wrap. And despite Zana's best efforts with a huge triple kill in the round, it still isn't enough for Big.
Two very close rounds come down to a single player surviving for HSG. That's been enough to push them through. Bigger on the back foot. Check these shots out. We had the cinematic POV, but Zana fast on the trigger. Did all the hard work, but undone by Zhao Wu.
That's frustrating because you do everything to put yourself in a good position there. In the off plant, again, you're not together. You give over these 2 one-on-ones. Sure, with the loss bonus, I guess a little bit of loss bonus, but also the bomb plants. You have got Galils. Zana still on the AWP. Zhao Wu wanted to fight in towards mid.
This has to be brawly. They don't have a smoke left. They did 3 out the gate onto Cave, Red, and Donut to take this control in middle. Nice flash. Zhao Wu swings. Can't find the kill, but does eventually. And Olga from above gets one of her own. So Paulie, with the trade, gains the fallback. She's still sticking around. The Kiosa has fought her way in towards heaven.
Missed shot with the AWP. And with that smoke, you got to be careful here. Kiosa on a really good angle to deny Xiao Wu, but Xiao Wu's aware of the gaps across the top of the smoke, and Hazel will deal with Paulie.
Yeah, who you expect to be on the AWP. D5 picking up occasionally, but back to Hazel, and she hits her shot. Zana and Kiosa, who coming into this event we look at as two stars on this team, now have a difficult clutch. Kiosa looked like she wanted to find this timing. Moves through, GFI over the top. They know exactly where everyone is. This one, Vizana, feels impossible, and it is. Xiao Wu gets the final kill, top of the board for her. And HSG finish the job they started with that 10-2
Yeah, really impressive for HSG, to be honest. And for being a keeper, it's back to the drawing board. Sure, that wasn't their map pick, but HSG looked dominant throughout, one step closer to the semi-final for the world. The mastermind of Vilga. It went all 3 maps. It was very difficult for them. And we even saw in the documentary, right, the amount of exhaustion, the exertion that it took from both of those teams. But that music only means one thing. It means that Anubis is right here, and it's right now. Bigger Keeper need to win this, their map pick, to stay alive here in Dallas.
Winner to the semis. We'll let her cook light in weight. And into middle, fast from HSG, not committing, they're going to drop. It's a bit of a classic maneuver, but a lot of bodies from big in mid, not so many on B. Xiao Wu, she's found a double. How has she done that on the lurk? Kiosa tries her best, but I need to see back exactly what Xiao Wu just did.
I can tell you exactly what's just happened is that everyone has dropped, made the audio, and Xiao Wu is just lying in wait for the rotates. It completely catches them off and delivers a sucker punch immediately to Bigger Keeper. Of course, it's the T side, it's the favored one of Anubis, but HSG aren't giving them a chance. Oh, maybe you shouldn't give Paulie a chance. Bomb halfway ticked. It was a good first collection. Anything more would be a bonus, but denied by GFI.
Good way to get started for HSG. Xiao Wu catching both in middle. Nothing too crazy in the pistol attempts, the strategy, but yeah, we can see her timing impeccable, her shots even better.
And that was just Bigger Keeper just purely relying off the audio information just to push through the smokes, take that risk, take that chance.
All right.
Xiao Wu denies.
Riddle me this. What's this by?
This is what I'm saying. Like, this is what they've really been doing throughout all the finals of Impact so far. They've been having these weird buys where they're leaving sort of like just about 1,000 in the bank.
Yeah, it's very like J-esque, isn't it? It kind of feels like an eco without the eco. I guess you're buying in round 4.
Yeah, look, if it works, they're going to look like geniuses. Push out through a main, but it's Olga that has once again found that gap in mid, but she's being peppered by bullets. And now she walks forward. Giuliano will collect her head.
A nice shot, but needs to come over and support Kiosa, who's behind Pillar. And it's getting a bit dicey. Giuliano hits another. So she does arrive in time to support. And they still can't flush out Kiosa. This has allowed the rotations. The MAC-10 recovered.
Oh, click. Left mouse.
I don't think she will. Keeping the bullets in the chamber. That bomb outside of B. And now it's spotted. Now it's stuck. Now they know. That's his double dark setup. That's the key for success for HSG. Hazel's just trying to find something. Kiosa eventually felled. Giuliano's deagle can't find another, but Geniaz does. She needs more. She needs more. Runs out of bullets. And it's on to Paulie, who's so low. The weaponry advantage for HSG allows them to force the issue. And Paulie had such a little chance with that HP.
I'll tell you what, though, good damage. And it felt like that could have been Bigger Keeper's round to collect. That's 2 instances where they take a swing, and there's a low quantity of bullets in the magazine. Setup was right. Shots were great. It just wasn't enough. interestingly enough, that's now 2 times over the course of the day where we've seen Leo just sort of run brazenly into B and not be aware of what's going on.
Such an interesting bite. So, yeah, it's kind of like forcing, but you're not going full in, but you're giving yourself slightly more chance in both the second and third rounds. So rather than having a good chance in the second, like a really good chance by having full armor, full pistols, full util, you give yourself a slightly better chance than the full eco, maybe a bit more than slightly.
Yeah, you're
and then you have something in this one. It's a double half. Not quite a whole.
No, instead it's just been holes poked in defenses consistently. Poorly up close, not affected by the util. Is there a flash play for her? No, instead she's just going to creep even closer. But it feels like they are ready. Zana now slides in her place. Hazel will grab the first kill, but are you ready for that second layer in?
At this point, it might not matter so much.
Oh,
they
well,
do clean. So, Jenny R on 1 HP. Her day's numbered, certainly. Olga will find that kill. Giuliano looking to get another, but gonna happen this time with the Deagle. Yeah, it's interesting because into this round they could have had the rifles, but I guess it would have been weaker. So they're putting a lot in the basket of the next round.
Yeah, a lot of emphasis on Zana and her AWP as well. That's the key thing. It's always the Annas. They get prioritization at the sniper. Nice shot from Kiosa. That's an AK that can now be scooped up. You need to run. You need to try and get away. Any damage is good damage, but Leo makes money and denies the weapons.
Yeah, that's great from Leo. 2 extra kills. Pick up an AK yourself. Upgrade that Mac 10 going into the next round. Big moves from HSG. Continue these blazing hot starts to these maps. Took Big EQUIPA an exceptional amount of rounds to respond on map 1. So hoping to see that earlier. Zana's AWP, as foretold, is in the server.
Yeah, where does she start now? Over at Dark. Wants to take a peek, wants to take a look. Oh, she might be rewarded. Getting really aggressive. And she will find Zhao Wu.
Beautiful kill from Zana. Needed to be active. This is a map where she can be that star. And look where she is. Pushing out B main. Losing Paulie is actually, in fact, they don't spot anything either. So they feel that they need to reinforce elsewhere. Jenny R, that's big. That's massive.
Yeah, look at Olga though. Already through camera, Jenny R seemingly aware of it and actually hits the time and is now on the back of the site.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness me. Olga's on an adventure. And it will be this A finish for HSG.
Now, Olga just sits.
They're really aware of this.
Yes. Oh no, that's so unlucky. Spam through the smoke. Giuliano is still here. Now she reveals herself. Olga walks through the smoke and this round is all hers.
That's puzzling to me. You know that Olga was in middle, but Giuliano exposes herself to the point where she can be backstabbed in the first place. Now it's a 2-on-3, and Big EQUIPA want to give it a look in.
Yeah, you waited so long to get these guns out. You want to get them active, get something happening, and they do get past Olga. There's a kid in play, but GFI, nice shot on Zana. Kiosa dodges the flash, spots her behind the cake. Time is ticking, and she runs out of everything. Despite the opening kill from Zana looking clean, they can't deal with this mid-round presence of Olga.
No, you can't whatsoever, and we even predicted this is what Olga was going to do. And Big EQUIPA was seemingly still aware of it, and yet they get dealt with, not once but twice, in a matter of moments by Olga. That was even with the important opening from Zana. That was even with the crucial Jenny R trade out A main, and yet it still doesn't matter, because Olga is a wrecking ball in mid.
Yeah, it's a bit unlucky for Jenny R that she dies behind that smoke. Forcing the issue, no dropping. Similar to the pistol round. Olga and Zhao Wu move with pace, and it is just these pistols. Kiosa caught in the back lines. Giuliano can't do a thing. Flashbang blinds her as they enter. Looking at a 5-0 start for this T side. Zana can't catch off Olga. No one can catch off Olga right now.
Olga said it. Big EQUIPA about to face the wrath of Olga, as she means business. Not had a playoff berth yet with HSG since joining the roster, but now could be that time. And to be honest, with HSG, it's always, for me, been about the comeback. They've always been really good at building back into games. It's never been sort of dominant, hot off the presses, bar that last season against FlyQuest in that BO3. They're making it feel really familiar.
You know, I actually know why Vilga picked HSG. It's brought back a memory of how the season ended and how big a keeper got here. It was over Fearless Cheaters.
Damn.
Sorry, Vilga. HSG enacting revenge. Olga, nothing's going to stop Olga. Nothing is going to stop Olga.
This is actually ridiculous how much confidence she has. Even turn of the flash, but maybe Jenny R can be the answer. Can be the remedy that big EQUIPA needs, but HSG once again set their sights on A.
You've got the opener and you've removed Olga. That's the play you need to get rid of. Good utility, good timing on the swing. Zhao Wu brought down low from the leg of Zana.
Look at Leo in mid on this really late lurk. This could be important in a few seconds.
Yeah, might be spotted. In fact, she is. So Leo left at bay for a moment. This bomb, they can't get it down. It's so uncomfortable. Big aren't giving them the breathing room, aren't giving them the opening kills either. The fights aren't fair. And that's exactly what Big wanted to do. And they know exactly where Leo was. This will be Big getting on the board.
How important would this be if they keep all of their players alive as well? We speak about confidence, speak about momentum in a best of 3. The fact that it takes them a little bit less time to respond here on Anubis. The fact that the CT side is very difficult on this map. You've got really good aimers on your side, so you know the second half isn't going to be as difficult for you. And Kiosa makes sure it's clean.
Really nice stuff. Don't lose a single player. That's the round they've been looking for. And it starts. And just to reiterate, this round is because they killed Olga at the start.
Yeah.
They found that kill. They put the attention on her. You can see Paulie sets up the flash for Jenny for that particular swing. The entire objective was to remove Olga and then deal with the rest.
Yeah, step 1, kill Olga. Step 2, profit. Back to mid for HSG. This time, GFI looking to take a stab at it. And falls out. Again, it's this fast play through B. Kiosa, aware of it. She finds the opening kill, and now her teammates are all locked in at B main.
A really nice jiggle to spot GFI as she approached. So you've got an opening kill once more, Big. I think it's 3 rounds in a row where they've found that opener. Olga fancies her chances. Drops, fires off the shot. Kiosa, that's clean. That's what we hope to see from her in the server.
And now breathing room. A lot of time already burned off the clock. 1 minute remaining. No map control for HSG outside of B main. So they look to re-walk in towards middle once more. Bomb on the back here is interesting. Maybe Zhao Wu can be that late lurk and they go A.
Yeah, this 2-on-2 setup is pretty good. It feels so big in this situation. Jenny R gets the information as well. So she knows if this smoke lands that likely the play will be A. But it's actually a ruse. And it's drawn attention. Kiosa stays present. As is Giuliano. Kiosa, another kill. Well, the Kiosa, the way she's making a fool of them, taking them down 1 by 1. Looking for another, but no, Zhao Wu won't allow the 4th. This one's only a matter of time, and again, Big keeping the majority of their forces alive.
Yeah, you feel like with these new additions for big EQUIPA that one of them would set the stage on fire. And that player is Kiosa, taking matters into her own hands. Big EQUIPA at this moment in time needed a hero, and they've got one in Kiosa. Important multi-kills, finding that opening kill. They're starting to kind of crack the code of HSG on this T side.
A second kill is beautiful from Kiosa.
I like the idea from HSG though. Like,
yeah.
You walk into mid, you show space up towards the double doors, and you re-walk in towards B because Xiaowu's remain there.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we've got GFI with the AK, which is interesting. Not Olga, who I guess couldn't afford the armor is why. This hero rifle with 2 Tech 9s that have armor to kind of support. They're gonna try and split A. Again, it's Jenny getting the info, flashing forward for the fight. Good flash, can't quite get the kill, but she's done a lot of damage. She actually wants to swing back through. Zana needs to be careful, she's not overwhelmed. Good flames. And Paulie can get at least one. Juliana arrives, bomb knocked to be planted. Xiaowu giving it a shot, but overwhelmed.
Huge from Paulie. There we go. Another youngster rising to Big EQUIPA's aid, and good reactions as well from Zana. Just drops the incendiary, gets some communication from Jenny that one of them is quite low, so she just isolates these kills. Important rounds to be winning from Big EQUIPA, and this is signs of what we saw towards the back end of Ancient. They were getting into their groove. It takes them a little bit of time to warm up, potentially, this team. But once they get going, they're a difficult force to be reckoned with. Here's that smoke that I was talking about before. Zana got an opening kill with it. First time she brought the AWP out towards Dark. This time, focused and by the obelisk.
I think all of Zana's kills came in that round, right? Maybe not. I don't know what I'm waffling about. I'm looking for the impact with the AWP sense. Might be in the right place. It's a bit of a fake out on the execute, trying to cause rotations, and it is causing them to sweat. Olga's still in middle, ahead of the smoke coming over this position. Jenny. Can she catch this timing? Can she catch up Olga? No, she can't. And Paulie is calling the sights compromised. She's feeling the pressure. Still standing for another as well. Paulie keeping Big in this round, but she has to back off. Olga is on the way through.
It is a 3-on-3. There is utility as well, and there are kits available for Big EQUIPA. This will be attempted. Even with Zana on the AWP, Kiosa's already stepped in. Paulie is maintained that HSG can't progress past this bomb site, which makes things a little bit easier. Olga trying to shoot pixels, can't quite manage it, and now they're going to swarm. And Kiosa wins out the head-to-head again, and Kiosa even checks with GFI. And between her and Zana, they make things happen. It's 4 in a row for Big.
What a round from Kiosa, and what a hold from Paulie. The fact she gets the double to begin with sets them up to allow that retake to even happen. It's the 2 youngsters brought into this team who brought them to LAN and are stepping up now. Massive from Paulie. Disengaged at the right time, and Kiosa, like a wrecking ball, straight in. A beautiful...
In that head-to-head, by the way. There's a graphic that Newt had, student becomes the master. We had Paulie on there. It made a lot of sense for the stats, but actually, it's Kiosa that is schooling Olga, teaching her a thing or two about the next generation of superstars at Impact.
Absolutely. Nice way to play for the team coming into this. Interesting, it's Xiaowu on the other side for HSG. EQUIPA. His defense is locking its teeth in. Jaws firmly around. Zana wants to go for this fight again. Kiosa in the open. Not quite able to get that kill at long range. The flashbang from Olga causing problems. HSG find an opening kill. Now they did this last round as well, but Big's defense on the sites was able to hold, and Paulie again getting aggressive this time. Catches Leo, but Olga, she's into B. Juliana, that flashbang almost set her up for success. And Olga again wins it out. She is low.
And there is time. And they can isolate this kill. on GFI. GFI's holding for this flank. Paulie round the corner needs to clear, and GFI's got a knife out. That's the way in for Big. Paulie and Jenny R can now just try and attack this site. Molly's litter it alongside Smokes. The crossfire is in, and it's Olga tearing them apart. And Jenny R can't find Hazel.
1 HP from Olga as well. That spray back almost finished her off. 1 bullet grazed her, but it wasn't enough to finish the job. It's Olga again. We'll see this one back. Clean entries into the side. The flashbang almost her undoing, but it doesn't matter. Plays perfectly on the angles. So HSG get one back. EQUIPA, virtue of these rounds being convincing that they've won before. They've still got fairly... Oh! Yeah, okay. Artillery barrage.
Oh, okay. Look, Leo did find Giuliano, but there's an instantaneous trade. With that being said, you still got to get past the menace. Olga feels like she's just all-knowing. Blow on the smoke actually favors Paulie.
Yeah, Olga is all-knowing though. She knows Jenny crossed, and you know Paulie's still alive, so you know B is very lightly defended. And as the bomb gets planted, Olga has a little look in mid, reminds them that she's still present, is going to disengage now. She's done her job. They now have to go and make sure she's not still hanging out. The 3-on-3. Want to give this look in, have a bind to the next anyway. Smoke's annoying for Paulie. There's still one towards CT as well, so Bigger are having difficulties finding a way in. Now it's going to come straight through into Hazel's waiting arms. Kiosa gets a kill back, but time's ticking. Olga, she's hitting shots, and it's all the Jenny R. Picks up the AWP, can't find Olga. She has to run away, save it, to give it to Zana. And Olga will clutch it.
Is 4 now going to be enough for EQUIPA, or do they need this 5th? I think it's essential they pick up this next round. Otherwise, HSG will be even further in the driving seat, and they are already. You got to take a breath. You got to take a moment here, EQUIPA. You picked this map for a reason. And that reason was for those T sides.
Five would be enough. Oh, that's hefty. Olga charging through, finishes the job. The HE started Hazel onto Zana. Olga is put down. But A is open. Paulie went to support middle after Jenny fell. GFI will plant the bomb. Spam almost getting it. But a 3-4 retake. Well, okay, made 3v3 thanks to the spam. It's definitely doable, especially with the reposition from Paulie.
It is still tough, though. And in fact, there's another flank. Leo needs this fight and can't win it out. However, Hazel steps in. Are you ready for the second player in Kiosa? Well, she's being so loud about it. But no, can't line up the shot. GFI needs to get out of dodge. And now it's a one-on-one. She knows exactly where Kiosa is, and the time is on her side. Kiosa can't win out the fight. It's HSG with 8, a dominant T side.
Hold up, where you going? Looking like that, looking so good. What you trying to do? You trying to get in trouble? Should be a crime. Flirting with the devil. Get out the way. A new dawn, new day. Can nobody touch this groove? Tomorrow we will rise.
4 for Big EQUIPA in the first half. And, well, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but hey, it's double what they got on Ancient.
Yeah. Yeah, that is something, right? And now they need to convert the pistol. Now they need to show us why they picked Anubis in the first place. Otherwise, HSG, they're going to quali through. Fast play, GFI full blind, doesn't matter. Jenny R with a flying bunny hop Glock kill. And look at Big EQUIPA, they're taking all the CT.
I swear to God, Jenny R gets half her entry kills mid-air. Gravity knows no name but Jenny R. Now you've got a 4-on-5 in the retake.
Oh,
and in the
wow.
back lines, it's Sana sweeping through. Juliana with hers. The pistol was where it starts. For Big. It's how they got back into Ancient, made it interesting. Can you imagine? There's no way at all into this one. So the pistol will be theirs.
That's the start they want, that's the start they need, and it's got to be direct, it's got to be punchy. They've got to believe in the system that they've been creating over the last, not even season, but previous. All this culture has been ingrained in Big EQUIPA, and it's a classic mantra that players like to pull out of, they just need to play their own game.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite response from players. They keep saying it because it's true, I guess. This is a fun flashbang for Olga to set up a mid-fight. It's not going to do anything because the play from Big EQUIPA is to go into A. Creepy girly. Holy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. It's okay. Not to worry. Bomb will be planted. USPs on site for HSG and nearly. Oh no. Get out of there. Get out of there. Don't die to USPs, Big EQUIPA. Don't do it. Jenny R gets another one. They are all quite low, but it's Jenny R delivering. There are a couple of casualties, but do you know what? They got the round.
Yeah, a few too many casualties. You would have liked that third player to survive. Jenny bails them out at least. Yeah, nervous laughter. If I ever saw it on Kios's face. That line gets a little spooky. Nice shots with the USPs. So it gets costly. This is an investment for the long term. They brought in rifles across the board into that round and lose a whole bunch of them.
Here's the thing. Sure, that one gets a little bit costly, but who's going to help out Olga? You take a look at the kills. She is leaps and bounds above everyone else for HSG. For Big EQUIPA, it is more of a team effort, and that consistency is going to probably pull you through. Hazel spots a number of players, and they're just hitting the accelerator. Hazel's got to be careful, and Jenny R finds the opener.
Another one of these great entries from GFI, from Jenny R. GFI flames at her face. Leo swings through the MP9. Actually, good for a kill. That's A open. Two players in middle. GFI still present. That smoke's actually going to be such a pain for her. Even though it lands oddly, you have to walk through it to ascend those stairs. You got these 3 M4s.
Save, right?
Yeah, you're saving.
Yeah, no kit. No chance. And this is good. This is much better from Big. This is what we like to see. It's a call out of spawn. They boost over the top of the sweat. They don't see anything. They just rush in towards mid. They deal with Hazel. They get the trade on Leo. They plant the bomb. Job's done. It's simple CS. It's Route 1 CS. But it's something that HSG now have to come up with a solution because this was 8-4 and now it's 8-7.
Can you miss it? good news is Leo can actually buy herself, and you can drop one over, and it won't be that bad. One player will go lacking. But honestly, you'll still have pretty much everything you need. And for Beekeeper, they're happy with that one because they only lose one player, so it kind of makes up for kind of the unnecessary losses in the round previous.
Yeah, true. Full investment, despite the loss because of all those rifles saved over. Famasis now enter the equation for HSG. Early mollies being powered by Bigger Keeper. They're expecting aggression, and they're not finding it.
Yeah, there is double setup on each site. So you imagine whenever a double setup's on A that they are going to try and get aggressive. Leo is very close. Paulie gets the first kill and can't get a follow-up. Nice gush. Through the wall. Puts Leo on notice. Jenny R was also brought low, so it's very even. Both teams.
You are going into Olga's domain here, and she's being set up by a Zhao Wu flash. When that smoke fades, Zhao Wu will say, okay, here you go kill. But Jenny R's ahead of it, and now Zhao Wu can get pinched on, but she spins round in an instant. Caught with util out, she needs to try and live. But to be honest, the damage, it's already been done. The rotates are on the way. GFI's on a mega flank.
Yeah, this round all hinges on GFI. Leo is low from that early fight on Paulie. GFI, if she can find this timing, find this kill, this is the way in. And Zana, who burst through the flames to open up this bomb site. She's just as low as both these CTs. A nice little reposition. GFI, I don't think she spotted her. Zana swings, but GFI will win out that fight. And so it's a successful retake for HSG.
Yeah, it's a great retake. They hit some really good timings. I like the GFI reposition.
Jaru getting 2 was criminal on the site.
Yeah, that was heroic. And that's a play that potentially cascades chaos in amongst the big ranks and communication and can send HSG on their way, propel them into tomorrow's games.
Kios is going to feel like she should have had that one. Now she's downgraded to the Tech 9. Personally, I'd be giving her an AK. Instead, she's going to be the one that's in charge of making up presence on the second half of the map while they group as a unit outside of that towards A. The issue is you've got this double layering. You got Leo, you got Hazel. It's the same setup as the round previous. And GFI can come quickly from mid if needed.
Yeah, it's because they found that opener through Paulie that Paulie feels the confidence she can go do it again. That's why she's here. Flashbangs through, they got to clear the right-hand side. Leo's dropping smokes and she's hiding within them. The setup is perfect, but Kiyosa on the Tech 9 still finds 2 kills. GFI trying to burn alive, trying to keep Bigger Keeper at bay, but she can't do it. It has to be a retake effort.
Yeah, Kiyosa, what a way to do it. She's the one with the pistol. Everyone else has got the rifles, but she gets the kills. Jawu spamming, can't find it. She's brought down low. This is a bloodbath on A. Everyone's brawling. Kiyosa felled. Walking through the smoke is Giuliano, and she's the only one left. She's avoided them. Eluded them, and she's going to come round from behind. Oh, misses the chance on the second time, but can't connect it. Olga again. And the defuse will come through to secure double digits.
That's ridiculous. That's another clutch fall in favor to HSG, and it's another example of Bigger Keeper. Just nervy right at the very end, and that is the one player you don't expect it from. She had the right read. She had the jump on both of these players. And that's even with Kiyosa. Give her any gun. She'll do it all, but a fantastic retake from HSG.
Close rounds have HSG on the brink, but Big just don't have the investment, and they realize that forcing the issue here would put HSG in touching distance of map and series point. They have to play it safe, and HSG seems so clued in after these double A setups. They switch it up, bring 3 to B. Need a hold against the pistols, who tried and overwhelm. Zana gets 1, and well, okay, Olga. That's one way to hold the site.
She just shakes it off like it's nothing. Outrageous from Olga. And suddenly this did look really close. And HSG, they've just been able to turn the tides immediately. Here's that flick. Damn.
Those 2 rounds, I mean, we're not there yet, but those 2 defuses are going to be nightmare fuel for this team. 2 rounds, it could have been theirs. They could have been in the lead on this map. Should have been. Instead, HSG are clutch mistresses of Anubis. It's interesting Olga's not on mid. She plays B. And it's Hazel that takes that responsibility alongside GFI. With Olga's pretty solid lockdowns on B, I don't question wherever she plays.
I think it's nice for her because she can pick and choose the angles. We saw the Xiaowu flash trying to set her up as well. She could be a lot more dynamic rather than just being kind of subjected in towards middle. And she's on a great angle. Just as big a keeper about to scale in. They're going to try this once more. Around the corner, not ready for Olga. Jenny R. First victim on the hit list for Olga. And through the smoke for B main. They're not ready for Xiaowu. However, Giuliano makes up for past mistakes potentially. Huge double opener.
There's a bit of redemption. There's a lack of utility on Big, so Olga and Xiaowu just got fights in the open. No flashes to force them off, but Zana catches Hazel on the push through canals. A smoke towards CT locks off Leo and GFI. They're going to give it a look in. They've pulled off a couple of successful retakes already. Got the kit, the flashbang over the top. They start to accelerate going forward into Giuliano, who gets another. Leo, though, with 2. But Zana hits that final shot, and finally, the rounds go the way of Big.
Oh, stop giving me a heart attack, bigger keeper, honestly. They even dodged the flash. They play an anti, and yeah, it's individual efforts. Making it expensive, making it costly, making you terrified. But there is Zana, who gets the important kill on that canals rotate, as you mentioned, and then locks it in to keep bigger keeper in touching distance. We're still worlds away from this being a 3rd map, but all it takes is one economic break.
Yeah, and it's this round. This round defines so much. Big lose it. Serious point for HSG, and Big's money's in the bin. But conversely, this round can cascade into 2 for Big if they can make it work.
Oh, this might just be contact. Never mind. Smoke on Temple. That was thrown from the Rugs player.
An A split would be perfect. You have 3 players on B. Now, HSG have taken control out of B main. And I wonder if they position further forward, if they start to push the issue, because Big have all of the space right now.
Oh, I like this setup though. Very, very common. Just for the CTs to play in towards A main. Hazel drops the pop flash and then pushes back. Trying to create space potentially for the camera players, but GFI loses her life. That's huge.
That's massive, and it's breathing room for Big. Paulie is still a nuisance at Rugs. Oh no, Holger comes around and finds her. However, the issue for HSG is the entire team comes together from the same position, from the same angles. Giuliano sprays almost onto 2. Kiosa with 1, and it's all on Olga, and everyone on the T side is eyeing her down.
Yeah, look, it doesn't matter how you deal with her, but you dealt with her. Everyone swings at once. Important in that round is sure, Paulie gets a lot of info there, but Zana re-walks through middle and clears it. And that's the confirmation that they're all coming through A main. This game is wild, but that is the respite that bigger keeper needed. That's the money shot and squandered. If you want a hero rifle, you know that HSG are giving it to Olga.
Give them your energy. We got big fans in the house. And they're starting to mount this comeback on the T side. Those 2 consecutive have done what we foretold in breaking HSG.
Now, it did get a little bit costly last time the USPs were out, and this is aggressive. Look at this from HSG, just trying to take the space immediately, trying to apply pressure.
Really cool, the T stopped a further smoke, so this deep CT smoke's actually kind of negated. They wanted to, you know, play around that, but dropping it just completely separated these two prongs. Okay, Polly is like the tap queen. That's two nice little taps I've seen from her. I mean, that one, yeah, it's onto a play, it's not looking, but I don't care. I'm so happy Paulie's arrived in the server for this series.
Oh, yeah, it's very important, isn't it? Leo, trying her best, but now you know, confirm and collection. And we've spoken about Olga. We said, look, she's the player that HSG have been really relying on. Giuliano is now having an exceptional performance here on Anubis. She has risen up through the ranks, 21 kills on Giuliano, and Kiosa not far behind.
Yeah, you think you're going to send Giuliano out of groups? You think you're going to deny her a semi-final? The most decorated FPS IGL? Not today. HSG, it's not even a goodbye. 2 MP9s?
Oh, instead, it's goodbye.
1 MP9. Olga's still here, though. Oh, that was an opportunity. The flashbang was good. That one less so. You found the opener. You just need to close.
This is really nice. This mid-round is just pure contact now coming in from Big. It might be similar where Paulie throws the smoke. Yeah, you can see it in a inventory, lining it up, going to drop it on towards Temple. And now they're going to fight Camera. HSG, good timing on this. The swing and the kill on Giuliano. The trades, but Zana is covering, providing Overwatch. That's essential. You know Leo's the A player. You know there's one more here if you're Big, which is why they swung from heaven. All angles, all avenues closed off. A-bomb site locked out. Bigger keeper of the bouncers.
Olga completely circumnavigated as well. Could barely get a look in, had one opportunity at the start of the round, and that's all she's seen. A beautiful mid-round decision, as you say, and it got a little scary, but the sheer numbers, and yes, a few players are looking the wrong way, and there's an opportunity for multi-kills potentially, but there's always that third player watching the backs of the others. Zana gets a massive kill, denying that double up in middle.
Yeah, no, I'll be real, that kill wins the entire round.
Yeah, that you could see it falling apart right there.
They've leveled it up.
Oh, money's bad for HSG. Do you play for OT here, or do you buy around this M4?
I think you gotta play for OT.
Yeah. At least the M4's on Olga, right? So you know that even if you've only got some pistols around it, you have this superstar that can still do it all by herself.
I'll tell you what, though. Maybe it's the mentality of we don't want to play for OT. We think we're better. We can take this in 2. We can just take this away from you.
Yeah, that can come back to seriously hurt you if you go into that final round with 3K. Beautiful opener from Zana, and this is the big kill. Oh my god. Takes her time, but bails out her team with that one onto GFI. And yeah, we are going to see just the M4. The heroine M4. Juggling util.
Oh.
Okay, so it's stack A and a solo Olga.
Yeah, this is like Inferno B, where they're just going to
Yeah.
just putting down the smokes over at B main.
Yeah, except there's 2 choke points on B here, so it's interesting.
This is cool. Flashbang in from Ruggs into Giuliano at mid, and now you've got the split. However, it's heavily presenced over at A main, and now they try and deal with Giuliano in mid. She's drawn all the attention. Finding 1 kill is fine. Leo also hits another headshot.
It's Kiosa. It's Kiosa relieving the pressure. GFI's found an AK. She's pushing through. Looking to do it all herself, GFI! Insane lineup. And Zana has to do it all. Orp in hand. Oh, the timing on the fall off. She can't get away, can she? Just about the Orb misses its chance. GFI is running her down. Utility in the face. Bomb being defused. And she can't deny. She can't stop it. What an insane round from GFI.
And she just takes the risk. They've got nothing to lose. And GFI just walks through the smoke and they line up. It's unlucky, it's unfortunate, but fortune favors the brave for HSG.
Oh my god.
That's wild.
That's unlucky for Big, but GFI's loving that.
Oh, now it's Big that needs to play for OT. Tournament life on the line.
I can't believe that. That one felt like it was theirs. Kioso with the double opener, bomb planted, 3-on-2. Everything is set up for success. Now they've got to do it the hard way. Leo on the jiggle. Drop that smoke. Played this close angle before. We wonder, will they be aware of this positioning? Very patient from Vegan. This intense round, this round that will eliminate them from the tournament if they can't convert.
You can see the indecision, right? It's about draining the utility, it's about keeping the players over at A. Whilst the real intent for Big is B. That smoke's going to expire momentarily. A molly in towards mid doesn't matter too much because Big have always shown presence there in the mid round.
Look at these reinforcements. 3 players. Hazel's going to arrive at the perfect time. GFI can drop if needed. Oh, Big. This is going to be difficult. A group up in dark. GFI is ready to drop. 20 seconds left. She drops down, but Giuliano, Paulie and Jenny R found kills to get in. Zana with one as well. Still need to get rid of Olga. She runs out of bullets. Kiosa steps in and gets the critical kill. It looked like a death trap, but instead it's Big who find the round and send us to OT.
And again, it's Zana with impressive impact here for Big EQUIPA. Because she hits the trade on GFI. She's the one that finds that final kill on Zhao Wu. I can't believe it. I thought it was all said and done. They had the right read. They had the reinforcements.
It was like 20 seconds. GFI drops from mid, I think at 22 seconds, and you feel this is all going to be undone in a moment. I can't believe it. Another overtime. We're getting every round of Counter-Strike today. Barrage of PTs. But Kyosa's past them. Kyosa gets one at least, but she gets a lot of information. 2 more players present. You go to A.
Yeah, that's going to activate them immediately. Well-timed smoke from Leo, though. Just playing close to it, just waiting so patiently, just in case Big want to overstep. And now it all comes down to the mind games. Do you still commit to this? You know it's the right play, you know it's the right read, but where are these rotates? Have they come over? Haven't they? You got no info in mid.
And the rotates have come over. 2 players in mid for HSG. Olga peeks through dark and sees nothing.
Oh, they're going to contact through Zana here. They're not going to throw any util. It'll be all off Paulie.
There goes the util though. Thrown over, Leo. Flashed forward, can't find the kill. Zana. The orb hits true. Paulie finds hers. GFI still present. GFI still here. Can't quite deny the bomb. Almost could have, but second guesses, overthinks which target to go for. And she doesn't find any of them. Big. Take the lead.
And justice for Giuliano. Trust in the process, believing in Paulie. Really like that variation. You just wait a slight second. She's the one that throws the utility over at Rugs. Paulie gets really deep space. You got the AWP just behind, just in case there's a close swing. HSG even tried to set that up, but once again, it's the entry path from the bigger keeper. Always having one player play an anti-flash. It's Sublime. And yet again, we ask the question, who's going to help Olga? Who's going to step up?
It's a very good question. GFI done her best to... Oh, Sana. Almost that timing. She's begging for this opening kill with the AWP. That's a lot of presence early shown. Giuliano hoping Olga's distracted. Oh, spotted. This is a 10 still. Actually dropping the smoke forward. Olga swings straight into Giuliano. That's massive.
Oh.
And further spam, Zhao Ru. A few passing shots through the smoke. Because the objective for Big is elsewhere.
Yeah, of course. Again, this is split to A. It's worked so many times. It's been so effective. But Leo and Hazel are now taking space. You got to be aware that there could be another player. Leo clears her. Giuliano now dealt with. They're still on A. They're still committed to this Big.
How did Leo get that second kill with such a little HP? Bomb planted, 2 players limping for HSG, so low.
Yeah, but that's not going to matter if Zana's the last one alive. It doesn't matter if you're on the AWP.
Yeah, but Kiosa's alive. Kiosa is alive, and she wants to take a few to the grave. No, not going to do it. More damage done, but not the kills found. Jenny R needs to be the one that steps up, and she falls down. And you're right, Zana with the orb, only good for the one. The health doesn't matter if they can't win their duels.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, look, you're so careful in getting that bomb plant in the first place. Giuliano is unaware of the spam that she's done over towards Zhao Wu over at Dark. She does all the right things. She plays the mind games with the audio cue on water. She baits Olga in. You're so careful. You know 2 players are out A main. And yet when it comes to that after plant, it's individual after individual after individual. It's a complete collapse.
Yeah, this swing's nuts as well from Leo. I can't believe she wins out that fight. One feels raw for Giuliano, who did so much work at the start of the round. And you feel like 2 is necessary on this T side.
I feel like you just gotta stop with these mind games now, Big. Fast play over at B main. Kiosa's heard this. She's seen the flashbang. The nades go deep behind this smoke. She can't see anything, but she can hear and feel their presence.
She sees the disengage, or at least suspects it. They will opt to re-clear, and HSG, you know, in some part of their mind, they feel like we've looked at this part of the map, so we've seen nothing. So again, with this efforts that Bigger put on A, this is where they're going to go.
And this is where they need to go contact. Smoking towards mid potentially, but here we go. Paulie gets the confirm. So flashbang straight over the top. Zhao Wu now needs to hold firm, and they take space beyond Dark. They go in towards CT. This is big, but the bomb needs to be escorted over, and it just about gets through.
The smoke actually helps out, but it doesn't matter. Hazel comes through the back lines. Jenny R, how many more can she get? Actually gets away. And they're fighting forward. Giuliano, oh, what a shot, but it's all into Jenny, and she's found by Olga. The HSG will get 2 on the CT side.
And yet again, you got to call into just this inexperience here on LAN for Bigger Keeper, because look, you bring the bomb over, you plant on the site, but there's still indecision with which fights to take. How do you want to present this if you're Bigger Keeper? Half of you are pushing in towards CT spawn. Half of you are still fighting. Zhao Wu and Olga over at Dark. Pick one.
Two on the CT side, and this T side from HSG is a thing of beauty. Olga on 30. Giuliano getting so aggressive. And Zhao Wu holding for it, the smoke, suggesting a play of that sort. Spider middle. Oh, Jenny R has been brought down low. Olga is just waiting for her, seeing exactly where she's gone. Paulie's getting fast, getting up right in their faces. Smoke is actually quite good. The T's, they're going to commit through it. Paulie, oh no, Paulie. That was the moment. Jenny R falls behind her. We feel that again, HSG will be in the position to get themselves to series point. Unless you give opportunities for them to get back in. Zana hits one, and it's Kiosa by her side that can help out. 2v5, 2v4 now. Surely there's not a way in for them. No, not now. Not with Olga getting that final kill.
It's interesting just watching these T sides, right? Because again, it is just the battle of mid and A consistently all throughout this map. And he felt like Paulie had the right read. She had the opportunity. She heard everyone outside A main. And the smoke actually comes back to bite her because they pinch through at both of these times. Full credit to Xiao Wu for holding, just being ready and aware. But these kills are just so clean from HSG. Now, once again, in a familiar position, 1 round away from the semi-finals.
And this time, economy's not going to be a problem either for HSG. They want to book a spot with Destiny. This ESL Impact, the first time we see a new team in a grand final, no matter what, the winner of this to first let her cook in the semis. We're going to have a 4th team in that grand final, no matter what, that we've never seen before. Could be one of these two.
Deep Molly to allow Olga scaling in mid yet again. It's going to be this mid to B mid to A finish.
No.
Olga decapitates, orchestrates HSG straight into A. There is a trade, but Sana on the AWP, up close and personal, needs to hit another, but it's a nutmeg between 2 HSG players, and surely that is it. And yes, Kiosa can clutch.
Oh, she's nice. The bomb going down. There's a chance for Kiosa. She's been brilliant, but she can't get it done. And HSG, it takes overtime, but they take down EQUIPA and book a spot in the semi-finals.
And it takes multiple chances for HSG in the ESL Impact Finals, but they've finally done it. They've achieved playoffs. It's taken the time for this team to gel together, but for EQUIPA, it's more than just